educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work podcast, where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here is your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hello. Thank you very much for tuning in today. You know, I heard a show, and I can't remember the guy's name. I can't think his name was on YouTube. And it made me think about what was being discussed when we talk about wisdom. When you think about the word wisdom, what do you think about? What comes across your mind? You know, to say someone is wise. And, you know, I think about the phrase, and it's quite a few phrases that comes to mind when you think about wisdom. You know, I had a teacher back in the day who used to talk about word to the wise is sufficient, you know, things like that. But what is the real application to, or what does it mean to have wisdom? And in that statement, he said the right application of knowledge is wisdom. And I had to really take a look at that and understand what that meant. You know, we go through and we learn and we get educated, and we know a whole lot of stuff. You know, I know how to fix computers and things like that. Do I have to show how much I know all the time? Do I have to compete with other individuals just to show that I am aware? Sometimes we get caught up in that, competing to show, hey, I'm just as smart as you, if not smarter. And again, I had to think about that long and hard and try to understand what is the best application and how to use whatever I know, being knowledge, and transform it into wisdom. And then here's what a phrase that you know everyone uses, or I'm sorry, I've heard used a lot. But again, until I heard this gentleman talk about the right application of knowledge is wisdom, it made me think of knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. How profound is that? You know, wisdom is the right use of knowledge. When do you use it? You know, when do you, or have you been able to use it in the right application? Have you been able to showcase what you have in the right manner without pushing someone off? Now, everyone does not always, take heed to what you may say. They may be like, oh yeah, you're a wise person or whatever else, but but are you able to use it in the manner where it comes off with, where you don't have a ego and things like that? Are you utilizing it in the right way? Just like anything else, your gifts and your graces, are you utilizing in a manner that people can take heed from it? I encourage you to take your knowledge and apply it in the correct way. Take that information and use it to, yes, your advantage, but also to other people's advantages also. Pick your time. Pick the right time to make a difference. And sometimes, we can miss the mark. Sometimes we're paying too too attention to certain situations, or we're not paying enough attention to, but how do you take that knowledge and say it in the correct time? So I encourage you to just pay attention. Read the room, as some people say. And understand your value. You don't have to compete with the person next to you. Wisdom is the ability to use knowledge in a practical and productive manner. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Chisholm Group LLC and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work, or will it?